And good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 5. We begin with Decision 2024. Tonight, former President Donald Trump is in the Valley holding a rally at Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale. That is the very same place that Vice President Kamala Harris campaigned just 2 weeks ago.
Former President Trump is speaking right now. You can see him right here on the screen. Earlier at the top of the hour at 4 o'clock, Kari Lake, who's running for Senate, she was speaking. And then former President Donald Trump, he took the stage about a half hour later around 4:30.
Yeah, that's right. And prior to his visit here in Glendale, he made a stop in Las Vegas for a campaign event there. And prior to that, also a stop at the Arizona-Mexico border to talk about immigration and border security. So we're going to get more coverage coming up from Troy Hayden. He has been out there all afternoon, so he'll have a wrap-up of the former president's speech coming up in just a little bit. But first, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is suspending his campaign, and he's endorsing former President Donald Trump.
12 News journalist Jade Cunningham was there for that big announcement that happened just a few hours ago. She's here with more on that big announcement. Jade?
Hey, good evening. Yeah, and actually about 15 minutes or so ago, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. joined former President Donald Trump on stage at that rally that's happening now in Glendale. Trump saying they had been on opposite sides of things, but called him a phenomenal man who loves the people of this country. It's still unclear what kind of impact Kennedy's endorsement will have in the upcoming election, but it is a decision that he says he's at peace with.
I've made the heart-wrenching decision to suspend my campaign and to support President Trump.
The choice, he says, wasn't easy.
This decision is agonizing for me because of the difficulties it causes my wife and my children and my friends.
But Robert F. Kennedy Jr. confirming he'll be stepping aside as the independent presidential nominee in key battleground states like Arizona.
Oh, I want everyone to know that I am not terminating my campaign. My name will remain on the ballot in most states. In about 10 battleground states, where my presence would be a spoiler, I'm going to remove my name. And I've already started that process and urge voters not to vote for me.
Instead, he encourages voters in those states to now support former President Donald Trump.
That by staying on the ballot in the battleground states, I would likely hand the election over to the Democrats.
During the speech, Kennedy citing his reasons, which included him stating the Democratic Party's core values no longer aligning with his.
I have the certainty that this is what I've meant to do.
He also said he'd spoken with Trump over the past few weeks and was asked to join his administration.
I reached my decision through deep prayer, through hard-nosed logic, and I asked myself, what choices must I make to maximize my chances to save America's children and restore national health? I won't fail in doing this. Ultimately, the future, however it happens, is in God's hands and in the hands of the American voters and those of President Trump.
Now, Kari Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s sister, released a statement on X on behalf of the family shortly after this announcement was made. It stated in part, quote, "Our brother's decision to endorse Trump today is a betrayal of the values that our father and our family hold most dear. It's a sad ending to a sad story," end quote. Tram.
All right, Jade, thank you. Former President Trump supporters, they braved long lines and the intense heat to be here today.
12 News journalist Sean Rice spent the afternoon talking to thousands of people who made their way there tonight. Hi, Sean.
Hey there, Traman Karibe. Despite some pretty lengthy and long lines outside of Desert Diamond Arena today, there was a lot of energy in those long lines. And you may remember last time Donald Trump made an appearance in a rally here in Arizona. There was various people suffering from bouts of heat exhaustion. Well, he returned to Arizona today, and it appeared as though that heat exhaustion also came back with him today. This right here is video we filmed earlier this afternoon in those long lines of one woman being carried off in a stretcher, and she was given water and a cold towel by Glendale fire crews. We saw multiple instances of this in just the 30 minutes we spent walking up and down those lines, talking to all of Trump's supporters. Some of the folks we spoke with explained why they came out here today, and others wanted to talk about these pretty hot conditions.
I actually think he cares about the American people, and I don't get the same feeling from the Democrats.
It's sad to see so many people passing out. We didn't even fully equip for it ourselves.
And a highlight for many in the crowd today was seeing Kari Lake drive by as she made her way into Desert Diamond Arena. She waved as the crowd chanted her name and also applauded her as well. So far today, this has been a very peaceful gathering, both in and outside the arena. We'll see if that continues as a lot of the Trump supporters return out of the arena. But so far, despite the pretty big crowds, it's been a very calm and peaceful day so far today in Glendale. For now, we're live in Glendale. Sean Rice, 12 News.